Hi, I'm the Artsy Crafter. And today I want to show you how to create this really fun pop-up activity. I love you very much. So you can see I have a front cover and a back cover, and there's a writing activity on the back cover. I've given you this one that's very generic. I have one for Mother's Day also and one for Valentine's Day because I think it works perfectly for both of those occasions. And when you open it up, look at this, out pops the bear. With a pop-up book, How Do I Love You? There's a base template. Students can fill in writing activities there as well. So I think your students are going to have so much fun creating this. Stay tuned and I'll show you how to put it together. So I think we're ready to begin putting things together. Let me begin by showing you what you will need. First off, you need a bear template. I give you 4 options to choose from. Then you will require a base template. I only gave you one option, so that's it. And you'll need a front cover, back cover. I wasn't sure if you were going to use this for Mother's Day or Valentine's Day because it works for either of those celebrations. So I gave you a generic cover and I gave you one Mother's Day and one Valentine's Day. And then the last thing you'll need is a little book that the bear will hold. And so I put 4 on a sheet. Students each need 1. So I want you to choose what it is that you're going to use. And then I want you to color everything. And I didn't color down here, but I'm going to just go back now and shade a little bit. So color everything. If you want to leave a little writing message in the little space there, fill in the writing activities here and on the back cover. And then I want you to cut out your book, write on the other side so you can put a spine down it and make a little love note. And I want you to do that with the bear. I want you to turn that over and I want you just to trace out his arms and his little paws there, probably with a black pencil crayon or marker, and then color that. You only need to color that part. All right, off you go. I'm going to cut and show you how to do that next. Okay, you're back. So now what I want you to do is grab a black marker or black pencil crayon. And this line here, I want you to extend it right to the edge in 4 spots here, okay? And the reason when we're photocopying, often we just can't get to the edge of the paper. Then you're going to cut. And when you cut, I want you to start on the edge, cut all the way on that line, but stop when you hit that big solid line. And then go around the paw, around the head, around the paw, and again, stop here and come to the edge. And then cut off that bottom part. You won't need that. All right, off you go. Okay, you're back. So you must have done your coloring and cutting. So here I am showing you cutting right from the very edge of the paper all the way here to where that big tall line is. Okay, now we're going to just fold our little book so it's ready to go later. So just fold that book in half. And again, if you haven't written a little message on the inside of that book, now's the time to do that. Okay, so set that aside. Now you might not have to do this step because your teacher may well have gone and already photocopied on double-sided paper, but I have to. So there's my cover. I need to glue my template, my base template, to that cover. So what I'm going to do is glue it, and then I'm going to fold that in half so it's ready to go. So you can do that and get caught up to me. Okay, you're back. So it must mean that you've taken care of gluing that base template to the front and back cover. Fold it in half, set it aside, and there's my little book ready to go as well. I'll set that aside. And now we're going to fold the bear. I'm going to start with this line here. Now you can see I've only extended that line here to his little chin, but I want you to fold all the way to the top of the head. I just didn't want a line running through his head. So here we go. We're going to pick it up and we're going to create a mountain fold. So pick it up and we'll start here at that dashed line. I want you to pinch it in 2 spots. So there's 1 and 2. And then I want you to crease that really well with your fingers. Okay. and then put it down flat. And what I want you to make sure is that that bottom edge is lined up, okay? So that bottom edge is lined up, and then you can make sure that's creased really well, and then pick it up and continue to crease all the way up, okay? So that's the first one. Then I want us to crease this tall line here. So I'm going to work on this side first. So that tall line is next. So I want you to do the same thing. Pick it up and pinch it in 2 spots. So there's 1 and 2. And then again, put it back down so that that is lined up again. And then with your hand, give it a good crease. Okay, now with this one, I want you to fold it back on itself. Next, this line that runs under his little arm. We do that from the back. So you can find that line, and you're going to fold on that line until we meet that big tall line that we just created. So again, pinch in 2 spots. I'm just going to help that a bit. Okay, pinch in 2 spots, and then I want you to crease with your fingers and crease all the way till you meet that other mark right here. That other line. Okay. So now that you have that done, look at this. That little arm just wants to come forward, so let it. This one is actually going to be folded 2 different ways. So why don't I let you get caught up to me, and then we'll do this last one. Okay, so you've got this fold. Now this line, the top part is a mountain fold, the bottom is a valley fold, but watch how easy it is. I take that little hand and I bring that forward. So you see how that automatically folds. Then what I'm going to do is take this flap from the bottom and just lie it down flat. Okay, so from here, just make sure that's nice and flat, and then with your hand, just run that up. And look at that, lines up perfectly, and it's right on the other fold. Okay, you go take care of that, and then we'll do it again over here. Okay, let's try again over here. So the first thing we do is this big tall fold. We do it from the back. So pick it up, and what I want you to do is pinch it in 2 spots. So there's 1 pinch and 2 pinches, and then I can lie it down flat and make sure that that is creased really well, and then fold it back on itself again. All right, I'm going to do it one more time so that is creased really well. So that's 1 done. Now I go under his arm. I do that from the back. So from the back, I pick it up, I find that mark, and I pinch once, and I pinch twice, and then I crease that really well, and I go only as far as that tall line there. So again, do you see when I turn it over, that hand automatically wants to come forward. Okay, last step. I bring that arm forward, and notice again that crease, this here, comes forward with it. And then I take the flap and I lie it down even to the bottom of the marker here. So it's not like this, it's nice and straight. And then I just slide my finger up there, and again, there's a perfect fold, and I've got that last one done. Okay, you go get your folds taken care of, then we're going to glue. Okay, the gluing process. Now, when we glue this, I have my little bear ready to go. I'm going to give him a little bit of a shape. I don't want to glue him way up here because then his head's going to be off the page and he's going to cover up some of that work that you did. But I also don't want them too close to the bottom of the page. So we have some leeway here. So I'm going to put mine about like this. And notice I don't stretch them. So I want to come in a little bit from the edge here. So what I'm going to do, I've decided where I want it. I'm very clear. And then what I'm going to do is just fold him closed. So tuck his little hand in there, tuck his little paw in there as well. And there, he's folded nice. Okay? And I'm going to put glue now on this bottom section. So I've got my glue stick ready. And I'm going to make sure I get right to the edges, but I don't put it on the little bear. And then I'll pick it up, and right where I said I was going to do it, so somewhere here close to the bottom and a little bit from the edge, I'm just going to put that in place now. Okay, oopsies, got some on that side. Okay, and again I check, he's not off the edge, he's not covering my work. Then I'm going to take some glue and I'm going to put some glue on this side. So I'll hold it with my hand. Oops, got away on me there a little bit. And all I do is close my cover. Okay, and then squish it with your hands so it's nice and snug in there. You go get caught up to me, and then we'll add the little book. Okay, let's take a little look. So when I open this up now, there's my bear. I love you very much. Now because I rubbed it so much, you can see it got a little bit squashed. So I'm going to help him a little bit there, get a nice form. You can quit there if you want. You don't have to put the book in the hands if you don't want. But if you do, we'll do that now. So you can see on the book, I left a little marker. And that's because you're going to put that around, you're going to glue that where the little paw is. So what I need to do now is just fold those paws back. So just, that's why we colored on the back. Making sense now? Give it a fold on both sides. So it's got a nice crease. And then open that again. Okay? You get caught up to me once again. All right, so now open those, and I'll show you then when we close it. Do you see how that works? Those paws will come together. Okay, I'm just going to rotate mine like this so you can see now. So what I'm eventually going to do here is glue this book in place. So I want the book so that on one side of the body is part of the book, and then the book goes on this side of the body as well, right, with that little hand holding. Now I'm going to place it. Here are the things to keep in mind. I want to see those words. So do you see how I put a little X right there on the book? That's a good spot to put some glue in a minute so we can place it in the best possible spot. I don't want it hanging over the edge, and I don't want it too low to the bottom. So I'm happy with that right there. So once I have that in place, all I'm going to do now is try and lift it up very carefully so you can see, and just put a little bit of glue right there on that X, and then put the paw back down. Rub it with your finger so that it sticks really well. You can close that up, let it sit for a minute if you need to. Otherwise, carefully turn it over and do the same on this side, okay? So on this one, I didn't leave you a marker, so if you want, you can gauge or just put a little glue on the back of the paw there and do the same thing, okay? Give it a good rub. Wait a minute before you open it. Okay, go glue your book in place and we'll take a look. All right, let's have a look and see how we did. So when I open it up, see how sometimes the head gets a little squished there. You just have to lay it flat. That pops right out, so you have a double pop out this time. I love you very much, Bear, and the little book. So I hope you absolutely love this craft. I hope the person you give it to loves it if that's your plan. Enjoy your day, whether it's Valentine's or Mother's Day, and I'll see you soon.